What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Show Tiberio Show bonus episode this week, simply because I just got something that I want to talk about. And I figured instead of just doing it as a Facebook Live or throwing something up on my Instagram page or any of those things, I said, you know what? Let me just do a bonus episode for all the faithful listeners of the Show Tiberio Show out there. And so here it is. I came across this quote post by a friend of mine. It was something that was put out by Forbes. And when I first read it, I read this and I just kind of glanced past it and I was like, yeah, no duh. And I moved on. And then all of a sudden I kind of came back to it because I was like, wait a minute. This is actually something that I've been talking about a lot lately, maybe not as much on these episodes of the Show Tiberio Show, but I definitely have been talking a lot about it with especially our clients and just a lot of other local business owners. I network a lot here. Even through this COVID-19 thing, I've really stayed in touch with a lot of the local business owners, especially those that are involved in the Chamber of Commerce and some of the other events and groups that I'm part of. And I've been talking like crazy about this piece, and COVID-19 just kind of shook it up a little bit. And yet again, there's been a couple topics we've talked about recently that in light of COVID-19, or thanks to COVID-19, it's kind of brought even more awareness around it. But the quote was this it was posted out there on Forbes. It was actually the senior chairman of the CP group, whatever that is with Forbes. Anyway, it was the senior chairman that said this. He said that successful people today are both innovators and disruptors. They create something that was not there before. And like I said, when I first read that, and I'll read it again here in a second to let that sink in. But when I first read that, I was like, yeah, duh. Tell me something I didn't know. And I moved on, and then all of a sudden I came back to it, and I was like, man, there's some truth here. There's some serious truth here. Again, successful people today are both innovators and disruptors. They create something that was not there before. Now, I posted this in a couple different places. I posted it in our free Facebook group. We'll link that in the show notes in case you guys aren't part of that, to see what kind of conversation came out of that. And I also posted this in a couple other areas. I brought this up with some of our clients, some of my friends, some of the business owners, that kind of stuff, just to get a better feel. And I was curious what some of them thought around the successful people today, right? Today. Looking now, present. We're not talking about in the past. We're talking today. Successful people right now are both innovators. Now, let's just stop right there for a second. That's pretty good. And that kind of makes sense. That's like common knowledge right there. You want to be successful, you got to kind of innovate some things, right? Or if you innovate, you're going to probably become pretty successful. However, it's the second part of this that really just drives it home. And disruptors. You see, a lot of small business owners and small businesses, they simply just go through the motion every single day. They simply just manage, run, conduct, put out, market, do whatever the business that, well, everybody's always said to do it this way, or all my competition does it this way, or it's just the norm in my industry to do it this way, so that's why we do it. And when we truly step back and take a look at the big ones, right, the successful ones, the dominant leaders of a particular niche or industry, they're not just kind of going along with the herd. Most of the ones at the top that everybody else is saying, we just do it because companies like them do it. They did that because they innovated. They did that because they disrupted at some point. That is why that is what they're doing. They didn't follow anybody. That's why they're at the top. If they're at the top, if they're the industry leader, they're the dominant force out there, who are they following? So to try to play that game of just, well, let me follow suit. Let me just go with the flow. Let me just follow the herd and do as everybody says. It's ludicrous. You're simply setting yourself up for second place at best. Because how are you ever going to overtake first place if you don't innovate, if you don't disrupt, if you don't make a change, if you don't do something different than them? How are you ever going to outperform them? How are you ever going to be different than them? It's 2020. It's time to wake up to the fact that as a business, we cannot follow the herd. We cannot follow the path, so to say. I'm not saying get so far away from it. I'm not saying that the leaders out there right now that are doing things successfully, that they don't leave clues, that they don't leave hints, that there aren't things that we can model off of. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have to take those clues, those hints, those different elements that you want to model against. You've got to take all of this stuff and make adjustments, improve it, innovate, become different around the same core concept. I'll give you guys an example. In the digital marketing space, right, you guys all know that I'm a co-owner with Top Results Consulting. My partner, Roger Valdez, and I, we both own Top Results Consulting. And we are a full-blown, done-for-you digital marketing agency, advanced SEO work, online, website development, the whole nine yards, right? In that space, in that niche, it is very, very common for a small business to have to pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just to get something developed initially, just to develop out, let's say, your website. Talk about being disruptive and innovative. Roger and I looked at it and said, we don't want to be like everybody else. We want something different, especially a done for you, meaning you come to us, you're working with us. That is it. We handle everything. Our entire team of developers is there at your fingertips in support. You never will have to deal with the stress and the frustration and the headaches of trying to figure out how to log into the backside of WordPress and add a single anything to your site. You want something done, just email us, right? That was one big innovation that we said. We are not going to be like everybody else and just simply go, okay, we built it. Here you go. Here's your login access. Have fun. Let us know when you want to build something else. Pay us every month to host it on our servers. No, we said we're going to do all that, and we're going to be your technical team. As a small business owner, you've got an entire technical staff. And then we said, let's disrupt this. Let's say, screw the development cost, and let's just start everybody with a very low cost, affordable monthly retainer payment. And for that low monthly $97 a month, you're going to simply have access to all of our staff, all the stress-free worry. We'll take care of everything. We're going to completely build out your site for you, develop it out, get it up and going, all solid foundational SEO type stuff. And we did a past episode earlier this week about some of the trends around that. And we're going to do all of that. And no, you're not paying us $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $8,000, $15,000 to get that done. You're simply just going to pay us $97 a month. Well, that is major disruption to the industry, to the niche, major innovation, because nobody else out there is doing it. Now, that took work by Roger and I to figure out how do we build our business in a profitable way to be able to do something like that, to be able to have the ability to say, this is all you got to do, right? You can't just go do that. You've got to build the business around it. But do you guys see what I mean by innovating and disrupting? Now, we're still doing the same things. We're still providing the same type of work, right? The same results. Actually, our results are better. Let me stop there. You guys know what I'm saying here. We are still providing the same product and service-based, right? We're building a website. We're getting the foundational parts of SEO in place. There's some companies that chimp on that stuff. We do a lot more at that early stage. Again, that's more innovation and kind of disruptive. But at the end of the day, a client comes to us, they're going to get a website and they're going to start getting some results out of it. They go to Wix, GoDaddy, any of these other places, RealFlow, MindProtein, all these other common ones that we deal with. You're going to get a website. It's not like you're paying all that money and with us you get a website and they don't. You're still getting that same outcome. But do you see how the stress is gone? The worry's gone. The hassle's gone. Not to mention, the pocketbook ain't hurting so hard. Now, is our end goal to keep everybody at the $97 foundational level? Absolutely not. It's the foundation. That's why it's named that way. It's the foundation. You're going to need to go to other levels. Now, most of these companies, they charge you all that money up front because they're trying to get you all of that stuff now, and they know that you're not going to hang on very long because you can't afford it that long. So they want to milk you for everything that you can get out of you today. We, again, innovated, disrupted, flipped that whole thing on the head and said, let's get you in now. Let's get you started. Let's get some things rolling. And then when your business is ready to expand, we're right here with you. We're ready to expand alongside you. We've got you covered because we built it. We built the foundation. We put it all in place. It's ready to roll. Now it's time to just move you to the next level. Where do you want to go? We want to go here or here. Again, major disruption, major innovation to it. Now, any industry can do this. We've got a client right now in the bankruptcy space, bankruptcy attorney. Major disruptor of the bankruptcy space, taking the hassle and the headaches out of things, streamlining process, make it easier. All right, it's already a stressful thing there. Automating. We redid her site, redid a lot of other stuff, reintegrated some things, helped her find a better platform, integrated her new management software, updating systems internally to her company. Why? Because that's what's going to make her firm a success. Innovating and disrupting. At the end of the day, she still provides bankruptcy. She still helps you file the bankruptcy process. She still gets you into court. She still represents you just like any other one, right? She didn't reinvent the entire wheel. It's not like she changed her bankruptcy practice to suddenly have you get a brand new $1 million house. No, the result's still the same. You're going to get your bankruptcy done. The clues of things in the future or from people in front of her have guided her into the future and have left these clues of what can work. And she said, how do I make that even better? That's innovation. That's disruption. Doing it at a fraction of the cost of what most people would do. Why? Because she streamlined a system where it made it more profitable to do it this way. Therefore, she can reduce her costs. And now if she's reducing her costs, things are, the clients are benefiting. You've got to learn that disruption and innovation is not completely changing your entire model. It's about looking at your internal systems. It's about looking at your business processes. It's about looking at your goals, your focus of your company and saying, how? That's the question that you should be asking. How do we do this? How do we make a change? How do we improve the user experience and disrupt how do we shake up our competitors so much they got no choice but to look at us? How do we change something? My property management company, back in 2014, the property management company that we scaled and built in about 2.5, 3 years, eventually sold off the entire portfolio to one of our larger competitors because they pretty much said, you're disrupting too much and we want you gone. We want you out. I want to buy you up because I do not want the shakeup that you're causing in the marketplace. That's disruption, folks. When your competitors start telling you, how much do you want to get out of here? How much do you want to get out of business? Simply because we were automating so much stuff. We were making it so easy. Our tenants were able to get from viewing, understanding that some place was even available for rent, all the way to filling out an application simply from, and those of you watching on YouTube, I'll pull it out right now, from their favorite little handy device right here. This little cell phone, these little tablets like this. They literally were able to see the place, do a virtual walkthrough, fill out an application, the whole 9 yards, see the qualifications, all the information, all at the hands, the handheld device, the fingertips. Competition was still trying to deal with call us, come in, schedule an appointment, come see the place in person, fill out a paper application. You got to do this, you got to do this, you got to bring in 15 different copies of all these other things. You got to schedule time. Oh, by the way, we're only open on these days and these days. Headache. It ain't a wonder why we had like under 30-day vacancies, waiting lists of applicants in the triple digits every single year. Why? Because we disrupted. We innovated. We took the clues of those that were successful and said, how do we give a phenomenal product? And then we got to get all this information. We know that those are the clues that they left to keep us safe, but how do we streamline that? How do we innovate it? How do we shake it up? How do we make it different? Oh, by the way, by doing all of that, not only did we disrupt by the process, we disrupt with rents. Rent amounts were all-time highs. Now, it wasn't robbing people, but we were able to get more for property simply because the value was there. People were willing to pay more because they wanted to be with us. So, this was just that little rant that I wanted to go on and talk about. Successful people today are innovators and disruptors. If you're simply going and watching some weekend motivational video series, or you're attending some event and you're leaving there with these like, ding, ding, aha, that's the problem. I haven't been doing this. And then you try to focus on that. And then you're trying to focus on this over here. And then next weekend comes and you're like, oh, that idea too. I haven't done that. And you're following the herd. And it ain't a wonder a year, 2, 3, 5 years from now, you're still sitting there going, I got nothing. Can't make this happen. Business sucks. And then I get this, the famous kind of saying or quote from our clients all the time around this. It's just different here, Shawn. It's just different in my market. And I'm sorry to burst your bubbles, but it ain't that different. Sure, there's some nuances. Sure, there's some slight variations. But it ain't so different that somebody is able to do it and you're not. That's not why. You're trying to be all things to all people. You're trying to make your business serve everything. You're trying to follow the herd and you're playing catch up every single day. And the best that you'll ever do is second place because of that. Instead of looking at it and saying, what the heck can I do to innovate this and shake this up? How can I disrupt? Because when you disrupt, think of this, COVID-19 disrupted the U.S. economy, the world economy, disrupted the way that people do their lives. What's getting all the attention right now? COVID-19. Now, that's an obvious one. It's a worldwide pandemic, right? But take that for a second and go, okay, if I can shake some things up, if I can disrupt some things in my niche, in my business focus, what's everybody going to be talking about? Well, if you're disrupting it, they're going to talk about it. And if they're talking about it, that means they're focused on you. And if they're focused on you, that means you're going to get some business. And if you're getting some business, that means things are working. And before you know it, your competition is going to start to pay attention. Why is their business growing? Why is what we're doing suddenly not working as well? And then they start to realize, oh, shoot. Such and such really shook us up here a little bit, caught us. Matter of fact, my girlfriend was telling me this story early on in our relationship that how UPS almost collapsed. This is way back, but it was a very impactful hit financially to UPS. You guys know UPS is a conglomerate. That is a beast to try to take down. But they simply just ignored FedEx for too long. They thought FedEx was just She was telling me this story how, it was just, we didn't think that they would do this. We didn't think that they would do this. And all of a sudden one day it was like, whoa, they just took a huge market share. Why? They were the sleeping giant. They didn't get paid attention to, and FedEx came in and shook some things up for a little bit. Now, UPS responded pretty well, shook some things back, right? And that's why the two of them are the beasts. They're the big boys. And they constantly are shaking things up to each other. Amazon, another one. Shook up a lot of things. Again, they disrupted. They came out and said, not only are we going to let you buy things from the comfort of your smartphone, your tablet, from your house, from your computer, that kind of stuff, we'll just ship it right to you. That was a big disrupt when it initially started. Then they came out and they're like, we'll get it to you in 2 days. Now they're even at it's a day sometimes, depending on where that thing's at. That's major disruption. Like, you can almost get the stuff from Amazon as fast as you getting in the car and going to the store and getting it there without all the headaches of getting in the car and going to the store. You can do it from your underwear on your couch. That's innovation. That's disruption. And I don't care if you're a big company or a small company. Every company out there can disrupt. They can innovate. It's just a matter of whether you want to sit down and do it. So I've been talking about it a lot lately on these different episodes and over on our social platforms. Again, if you haven't been following, at Shawn Tiberio on Facebook, Instagram, at Top Results Consulting on Facebook and on Instagram, the Shawn Tiberio Show here on podcasts, as well as on YouTube, the Shawn Tiberio channel at ShawnTiberio.tv. We've been talking about this stuff all over the place. If you're not subscribed, rate, reviewed, all that stuff, following, tuning in every single week, I encourage you to do so. Also, you want to get the secrets? The secrets are out. 5 secrets any business needs to do and understand to generate non-stop leads. These are not hard. They're really not even secrets. I just called them secrets because so few businesses do them. It's like they are a secret. Once you understand them, though, it's like, man, this is stuff. It's like common sense. I should be doing this stuff. Unfortunately, I don't know why it feels like a damn secret, because not a lot of businesses are doing these. Go ahead and grab your copy. It's a killer report. You can download it, instantly read it, and tune in and figure out. And it's kind of step by step, tells you exactly what you should be doing across all 5 of these. You can get a copy of it at topresultsconsulting.com/secrets. /secrets. We'll link that up in the show notes. Do me a favor. Find something in the next week. Take a look at your business. Figure out where you can put some innovation and disruption. What are some things that you can be doing differently than your competition that really shakes some things up? They don't even need to be major changes, right? Take a look at your industry and just ask yourself, what is some of the stuff that your competition probably would put an excuse around why they couldn't, and ask yourself, how can you make it happen? It's amazing what happens when you start asking yourself how, instead of just immediately writing something off. It sounds like a crazy idea. Cool. How do we make it happen? Now, you might not be able to make that crazy idea happen, but I bet you're going to find something in there that can happen, that's going to help, that's going to interrupt, that's going to distress or kind of make some discomfort in some people. It's going to disrupt. Ask yourself how. Get out there, figure it out, make some change. You guys want some help? Book a complimentary consultation call over at Top Results Consulting. Let's get on a call. I love nothing more than to get creative. Book a call over on topresultsconsulting.com. Grab yourself a free consultation. Let's take a look at your business. Let's talk about what can we do to disrupt it? How can you disrupt? And we'll see how Top Results might even be able to help you do that. Pull it off. Make it happen. There could be millions of dollars sitting right there in front of you right now, and you just don't know it because you're not willing to think about it. I challenge you. Think about it a little bit. And until next time on another episode, enjoy this bonus. It was something I wanted to get off my chest. I hope you guys got something from it. If you did, rate, review, share this out. Send this episode to your friends, your family. Tag us on social media if you post it out there, at Top Results Consulting, at Shawn Tiberio. Let us know where you're tuning in from. One, I just love seeing who's tuning in, where you guys are tuning in from. And secondly, I want to be able to support you. I want to be able to give you a shout out back. Congratulate you. Give you something. All right, help you out a little bit. It's all we care about here at Top Results, is making sure your business shows up in front of your clients where they're at, when they need you, and watching you succeed so that you can make a bigger impact with your business. Till next time, we'll see you later. Enjoy.